Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-show for the E3 Snarkathon for the Bethesda live conference. We're going to be going live in approximately 40 minutes' time. We will do a little bit of a pre-show, and there is something that we do need to talk about before the start of the show. That will happen in a few minutes, but thank you for tuning in this late at night for what will hopefully be somewhat better than the EA conference.
The E3 Bethesda conference. Hashtag better than EA.
Hashtag wouldn't take much. You did this, didn't you?
I just might.
You did this.
You walked away from your computer, and I was just like, hey, guys, I am Teebs. Call me Teebs.
Jesus. God, why? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-show for the E3 Snarkathon for the Bethesda press conference live at E3 in 2016, courtesy of Twitch TV. They're letting us restream along with a bunch of other wonderful broadcasters on their own streams, but you are here and you've chosen to be with us, and that is a wonderful thing. My name is Totalbiscuit, and I'm joined, of course, by Jenna.
Hi.
Hello. Yes. To be the sensible foil to my silliness, as
Hey,
always.
I don't know about all that now.
No, I'm not 100% convinced by that.
I'm not promising anything.
No, good.
Teebs.
Why would you do this to me?
Because now it's going to be in the VOD.
I thought you cared. I really did.
It's going to make the supercut, isn't it?
It's not going to make the supercut because I'm not going to put it in there. And then how are you going to feel? You don't do the editing on this shit. This is my jam. This is my car. I drive it wherever I please.
But you don't even have a license.
I drive it as fast as I want, as far as I want. This ain't no Tesla. I can refuel in regular places. Yeah, so we got the Bethesda press conference coming your way in about 8 minutes' time as the countdown on the Twitch stream indicates. We have no idea if it's going to be late like the EA one. Can't be any worse than the EA one. A very disappointing hour filled mostly with Madden and FIFA and just a clear admission. It's like, hey, we're not going to show you gameplay.
It would take a lot to be worse than that, I feel.
It would. Wow, that's weird. We had the ducking be a little bit low there. Oh, we're just sort of trying to fix the audio ducking here, make sure that doesn't happen again. Should be fine.
The duck doesn't enjoy me.
Quack. You're going. I'm going to have to slightly lower that threshold there. There we go, because you were slightly under it. Okay, that should solve the problem.
I am under many thresholds.
You were under the threshold on that one for whatever reason. I don't know why. Well, we're hopefully expecting something interesting. Of course, I believe it was just the leak of the Dishonored 2 trailer, so we'll not be seeing that. Of course, we don't know what else. So probably see a little bit more of the Elder Scrolls Adventures, Elder Scrolls Legends card game, which I actually did enjoy quite a lot when I played it at PAX. We are hoping for something along the lines of an id Software announcement. There are rumors of a revival of Quake.
That would be interesting.
It would. A
lot of people would be like, oh my god.
I would be very happy with that. Considering what they just did with Doom, I would be very happy with that.
It is very sacred cow, I feel.
So was Doom, but, you know, they managed it. They pulled it off this time. I'm really impressed with it. You still need to play the single player of Doom. I think you'd enjoy it a lot.
I have not played it yet.
It's pretty kick-ass. It's pretty phenomenal. And, of course, the possibility of a Wolfie 2 or a Prey 2 kind of sneaking out of the vaporware closet that's been rumored for the last 10 years. So those are all things that may pop up during the show. It should hopefully be a very enjoyable show. I hope, anyway, more so than the EA one was. You know, I don't like being negative. I don't know if you actually realize that.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I don't like being negative. It's just necessary. Somebody has to do it.
You don't enjoy it.
Somebody has to do it. Now, we've got about 6 minutes left before the start of the show. Before we start the show, I unfortunately have a very negative,
I wouldn't say negative.
I wouldn't say negative, a very sad. It's negative as well, obviously.
It is negative as what has happened, but you don't feel negatively about speaking about it, if that makes sense.
Oh, well, I mean, partly I do and partly I don't. I'm not the sort of person that deals with this sort of thing most of the time, you know, so this is difficult for me, but we found out a few hours ago that one of those killed in the Orlando nightclub shooting, which claimed over 50 innocent lives, was a fellow by the name of Jonas, also known as PBJ Mayhem. He's been a fan and a listener since a WoW Radio in 2007. Introduced a lot of other people to my content. He has been essentially eulogized by his friend and his guildmate, European Juggernaut, who has known him for many years now. Let's just let's cut the music for this. Yeah, that's not exactly appropriate, is it?
And you can read about this on the
You can read about it on the subreddit. The full story is there. I would encourage you to read it. I would encourage you to learn a little bit about this man and just well, what is there to say on something like that?
I just feel so sorry for his family.
It's absolutely devastating for everybody involved, not just for someone that was part of our audience. It's an unbelievably cruel act, something that is just unfathomably evil, and I can't put into words how sorry I am and how much I feel for his friends and his family and everybody that's been involved in this. And it makes me not only very sad, but extremely angry, not only to know that there was someone that evil in the world that could commit such an act, but that there are people right now and over the next few weeks who are going to use, the bodies of innocent people that haven't even cooled yet to build some sort of twisted pulpit from which to preach propaganda and their political ideology. And these people were human beings. They're not your political props to use. They were innocent human beings that were taken way too soon for no good reason by a radical, by a terrorist, and to even contemplate using those people to advance whatever your agenda is. It sickens me to the very core of my being. It's just those people will be more human. They will be more good. They will be more pure in their short lives than you will ever be if you engage in that. I ideally want you to have a moment of self-reflection if you even contemplate engaging in that behavior. It's just absolutely devastating to see that this is happening, and I would like all of us to join in a minute of silence for not only Jonas, but also all of those that have been affected by this horrific act. So if you wouldn't mind, before we start the show, a minute of silence, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the Bethesda. What do you call them? Bethesda. Are we going to start on time? Bethesda.
No,
The countdown's
it's
gone.
with baths in it.
Something along those lines. The countdown is now gone, and nothing is happening, so this is to be expected from E3. Nothing particularly unusual
we got, the
there.
purple schedule screen, though. That's better than EA red screen.
Yes, EA red screen. I wasn't a fan of EA red screen. That was we got a good 7 or 8 minutes of that before the show, so hopefully it doesn't start too late. Although it looks like they were trying to let more people in, because according to Jesse Cox on Twitter, there was a line around the block to get into this thing. Having that in, obviously, a venue, because E3 technically hasn't started yet. These are separate venues. The Bethesda venue, I think, took the same place that the International used to use. That theater. So I don't know if they're going to be using the same place this time around. We're certainly going to find that one way or the other. Not the Bethesda, not the bees. Anything but the bees. Well, I am just, my cold, cynical heart is warmed somewhat by watching this. Bethesda does tend to publish some interesting stuff.
They do.
And I'm less interested in Bethesda's first-party products than I am in what they're going to be publishing. Things by Machine Games, things by id, what other studios they've got their little fingers into, you know.
They have little fingers, do they?
Yes, indeed.
Watching Game of Thrones, you have little fingers.
Their little fingers.
Into everything.
Yes. Prepare the Knights of the Vale to charge. One way or the other, I hope it will be interesting. You know, Bethesda's also obviously quite a PC-focused publisher as well, which is a good thing for us. If
they were console developers, we'd throw them out the moon door.
We would. We absolutely would. We want to watch them fly. Wait a moment. 45-second load time before we can do that. Yeah, just... Well, you heard there were some leaks for the new Xbox Slim. It's not much more powerful. It's just it's a bit slimmer and looks like a PlayStation now.
And before they bring out the Xbox Husky.
The fatter one.
Yeah.
The Xbox Curvy. Like that. The Xbox Healthy at any size.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's okay because their software will still body shame.
What would you recall, like, frame rate shaming? Frame shaming?
Frame shaming?
Frame shaming,
Actually,
yeah.
I like that. That's good.
That's good.
Hashtag frame shaming.
Yeah, absolutely. 30 frames per second, frame shame it. Trust me, it's good for them. You know, they'll learn to be better people.
Oh, man. We are evil.
I think we're evil in a good way. Like, we're attempting to attain something positive for everybody.
So, like, what supervillain would we be like, then? Someone who's evil, but for the good of mankind, I guess. Who would that be?
Lex Luthor.
Ah.
He knows his shit. He knows what he's doing.
Good old Lex. You have a few things in common with Lex.
I mean, I have more hair than he does. Not by much, admittedly.
This is very true.
I don't have a suit of awesome armor. Well, I do have, like, a decent amount of money.
Yes.
I think we're very much a discount Lex Luthor. It's like he owned, you know, billion-dollar mega
Lex Luthor,
corporations.
for sure.
I own a relatively popular YouTube channel and make more than average. But I have more hair than he does, you know, and that will never change.
Only by a bit. And some of it is going white.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
It is. It's gone a little bit white. Yeah.
Yeah. Please start the show, Bethesda. Otherwise, my husband will have no dignity left at all because I have no choice but to strip it from him, in boredom.
I just love the fact that you think you haven't stripped all the dignity from me in the last 10 years of our marriage. I think that is adorable.
Adorable.
It is adorable that you believe that.
No, because, soon we're going to have to, get married again. We'll, renew our vows, and then that moment will be, the ultimate humiliation because I get to make you dress up in a penguin suit. It'll be all over social medias. I'll vlog part of it or something. We could stream it on Twitch.
Will you buy me 40 cakes?
What?
I want 40 cakes.
But
and that's terrible.
You couldn't even eat 40 cakes.
It doesn't matter that I can't eat 40 cakes. I wish to own 40 cakes.
I would buy them for you, but are you going to distribute them to the people who come to the wedding? Or
I very much doubt that. I don't think that's going to happen.
Then I feel that it would be a waste to provide you with 40 cakes.
I strongly disagree with that.
What flavor would the cake be?
I think you're slightly lower than you were previously. Let me just readjust this way.
Are you talking about my position of power? Because I'm pretty sure I'm above you in that chain. I mean, I am the CEO.
That's weird. It's just their levels readjusted. I thought you were a little bit lower than before. It's like, why aren't you triggering the threshold on the ducking? Well, yeah, there you go. That's now being sorted out.
The duck didn't like my level.
Wah, wah.
So what flavor would the cake be?
I don't think it really matters at this point. I mean, Jaffa cakes are technically cakes, so you could just get me 40 of those. That would be significantly cheaper.
That would be... I could buy you a pack, literally.
I mean, that's 36. That's not 40. You need to buy me two packs.
Boxes, fine.
2 boxes of Jaffa cakes, and I'm only allowed, 4 of the other one.
You're the worst.
Well, 6 minutes in, they still haven't started the show.
This is the show.
This is a good time to ask whether or not our levels are okay. Give us a little bit of feedback on the levels in the channel. Volume levels, everything good? Everything smooth? Well, we don't know what Bethesda's levels are because they ain't bloody live yet. They're probably scaled, depending on what our levels are.
I see what you did there.
That's an Oblivion reference. What is with our tendency to play Burning Rangers music? That's like the third Burning Rangers track this entire E3 so far.
This is your playlist, not mine.
It's a wonderful playlist.
The playlist of dreams.
I don't think this is the best option, though. I
No.
don't know what's going on with this track, honestly.
I think we should change it.
Yeah, I think we should change to another Burning Rangers track.
Oh, what?
Absolutely. That Burning Rangers has some...
Oh, man.
There we go. Let's go with this one.
He's actually dancing, you guys.
You can't prove anything.
I will turn on this webcam so fast.
I mean, I know the lyrics to this off by heart.
Do you? Go for it then.
No. You don't deserve it.
Whoa.
So just to let you know, it looks like they're running a pre-show of some sort on the official Bethesda stream, but it's not on the Twitch stream as of yet. We're not actually allowed to restream the Bethesda stream, so, you know, we're not doing that. And I'm a bit worried that I might get blinded by Adam Sessler's bald head. What would you prefer, honestly? Adam Sessler sitting in a chair talking about nothing, or this fucking saxophone? Now, I love you, Frankel Packy, but of all of the tracks that you've done, I would not say this one was the best. However, this one is a good contender. Yeah, so we're keeping an eye on the Bethesda stream at the moment. It seemed to be showing a Dishonored 2 trailer that we've already seen. Like, I remember seeing that. I remember the guy with the twirly mustache pulling the lever and all that kind of thing happening. So, it doesn't look like they've got anything new going on yet. I assume they're just showing this as sort of part of a pre-show or whatever. Before.
Sort of like leading up to
I don't know why it's as delayed as it is. Like, if that continues to happen, obviously we'll switch over and restream the Bethesda stream anyway.
Even if it's against the rules.
I don't care. But right now, I don't think they're showing anything of note. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm keeping an eye on it one way or the other. And
it looks like they're rapping.
We've still got more Burning Rangers. Wow, that's amazing.
What?
I didn't know we had this much.
Can we stop with Burning Rangers?
Okay, fine. We'll have something else. Yeah, I mean, it's just Morgan Webb and Adam Sessler.
Can we have that pink tie? Could we have that?
No. No.
Can I put you in that?
No. I have more style than that. Let's be honest. He's learned nothing. Okay, something else that's not Burning Rangers. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, it's God Hand! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, things are happening. They have a 15-second countdown, and here we go! Press the button!
They're not pressing the button.
It's muted, isn't it?
5, 6, 5.
I am good at production.
3, 2,
All right, guys, enjoy the show.
enjoy.
About bloody time! Ooh, it's a throwback. Oh, I saw Wolf 3D in there.
Ooh.
What you got? Quake.
Ah, yes.
Quake Champions? What's this all about? Multiplayer focus by the looks of it?
I don't think it could be Quake and not be.
I don't know. I like the single-player campaign of Quake 1 too. I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, what are people still playing?
Why does he have a wall hack in Quake? He's not a very good shot with that, is he?
No, but I imagine the trailer would be a lot shorter otherwise. If the heroes killed the dude in one shot, come on.
Well, as you're well aware, heroes never die. We Mass Effect now. Okay. We Unreal Tournament now, apparently.
So is this a bit laggy or choppy?
Well, I mean, it's a Twitch stream.
I guess so.
And also, they're kind of freezing it every 5 seconds. But oh, it's that guy from Quake 3 with the guy and the face thing.
Yes, him.
All right, so we have a new Quake 3 arena then. I mean, I'm actually slightly disappointed in that. I was hoping for Quake single player.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Were you really?
Yeah, are you kidding me? After Doom and Wolfenstein?
But you really thought that that's the direction they would go with everything going on multiplayer-wise.
I mean, I was certainly hoping.
Well, I'm sorry that Bethesda has once again disappointed you, Teebs.
Good
I
evening,
hate you.
and welcome to the Bethesda E3 Showcase. Yes, Quake is back. The game that defined competitive multiplayer is back and better than ever. You know, it's hard to believe that 20 years ago, Quake was first released. And, you know, if you'll excuse the pun, the aftershocks can still be felt to this day.
About 3
Quake
people in the audience
set new
get that.
standards for multiplayer and push the boundaries for graphics and gameplay. Quake also became a pioneer.
Look at this guy transcribing this
20
right
years
now.
later, Quake is
I am
still
typing
played in
everything he
tournaments
says.
across the globe.
Gonna get this on my
The
live
biggest
blog.
of those tournaments is our very own annual gathering, QuakeCon, which will attract this August tens of thousands of people to Dallas. As a co-designer of the original game, I'm extremely proud and excited to be standing here today.
Not
to
in that
announce
white
the next
V-neck, you're
chapter
not.
of this
He
great game.
seems like a sentient
Quake
robot. I'm
Champions.
gonna be honest. I think. Oh, we're gonna see some gameplay because that would be wonderful. No, we do get a logo though. That's cool.
Quake Champions is a competitive, arena-style, first-person shooter for the PC, designed for players of all skill levels.
For the
Whether
PC.
you are new to
Lovely,
Quake
lovely.
What did you
or
expect
have
it to
been
be on?
fragging for the last 20
Xbox
years,
One.
Quake Champions
No, you
will give you the
didn't.
challenge and rush you'd expect from id Software multiplayer games. Now, we know that high-end performance is critical with this type of game. You know, so be assured, as with any id Software game, that Quake Champions will be fast, with amazing graphics running at 120 hertz with unlocked frame rates.
Ooh, they
Yes.
touched the magic button.
It's nice.
You're
I'm feeling a
gonna
bit
get
tingly.
heart-stopping
Oh,
action
but only 120
on the
hertz?
edge
That's a
of your
bit
seat
shitty.
As you fight in
Aw.
classic arena combat. Quake Champions also taps into another hallmark of the franchise: unique and badass characters. The game features a diverse cast of warriors, each with different attributes and unique abilities, allowing you
Class-based
to fight the way that you
multiplayer.
want.
Class-based multiplayer.
And you know
That's
that
gonna
it
be the
has a
thing
long
for the next few years, isn't it?
tradition
But
of
we have a
supporting
token
competitive
female, so we're
that
diverse.
Hey, there was plenty of females. There was also a bloody eyeball. They had everything.
World-class
Everything.
esports
Everything.
at every level.
But only
From the
120
world's
hertz.
greatest
Only
players
120 hertz
to
though.
Ah.
willing to test their skills in the arena. So as part of the launch plan for Quake Champions, Bethesda will be supporting and expanding competitive tournaments and leagues beyond QuakeCon. And we'll have more to share about that in the coming months. I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek into our newest game. Join us at QuakeCon in August, and we'll have even more to talk about. And now, please join me in welcoming Bethesda's Global Vice President of PR and Marketing,
You're getting fired.
Pete Hines.
Bethesda's global breast. Allow me to fondle Bethesda's global breast.
Not very spherical,
Consensually
are
fondle
they?
Bethesda's global breast.
Oh
Thank you.
my.
Thank you, Tim. As Tim said, we'll have even more to show on Quake Champions this August.
More of our global
QuakeCon.
breasts to show at QuakeCon.
You think we've run this joke into the ground yet?
Have our new
No.
Quake game at QuakeCon. Make any sense? But right now we're not at QuakeCon. We're at E3, the biggest week in gaming.
It's like, oh god,
Oh,
we're at
God,
A3.
why? It's
Oh.
day 0.
Oh Jesus! It's actually day -1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Also, they appear to be in a holodeck, which is pretty cool.
So welcome to everyone here with me and to the millions of you watching online around the world. Thank you for joining us. we planned this showcase just like we make all of our games for you.
Sounds like he's already
Now,
annoyed
last
with
year, our
us.
showcase kicked
Like
off
he
a
knows we're
big
snarking
year
about
for
him.
Bethesda, one of the biggest.
I
in
mean,
our
I'd
many
be annoyed
years
with
of
us if
making
I was
games.
listening to our bullshit.
So let me mention just a few highlights. The Elder Scrolls Online was released on console and became one of the best-selling games of 2015. And
Yeah,
was named
I'm
MMO of the
irrationally
year.
upset about that. I don't know why.
I mean, Eldar Scrolls would have been so much cooler.
Stop cheering Fallout Shelter. It's
We
a
launched
cash
Fallout
vampire.
Shelter,
It's
the
not
very
even a
first
real
mobile
game.
from Bethesda Game Studios, and it became an instant hit and winner of multiple Mobile Game of the Year awards.
And
Which
it
I think-
has bugs.
Which
by
I think
the
is
way.
very, very telling as to the state of the
In
mobile
November,
market.
Fallout 4 was one of the biggest launches in the industry.
Boo! I waited how many years for another Fallout
So you heard
game,
of
and
it.
it
Good.
sucked.
And won numerous Game of
Far
the Year
Cry
awards,
4, you say?
including at
What?
DICE and again at the BAFTA Awards. And now Fallout 4 is bringing user mods to Xbox One and soon to PS4 in a way that's never been seen before. And just last month, the new Doom was released to
Yeah.
rave reviews.
Damn right it was, because it was bloody brilliant. Well, the single player was anyway.
Now, the
Multiplayer, not so
original
much.
Doom almost single-handedly popularized first-person shooter games, and now you have a new Doom game, faithful to its legacy with some of the best graphics and gameplay ever. And millions of fans have been enjoying the fast-paced action and creating and sharing mods using SnapMap.
Except they
The
haven't
response
been
to
sharing
all
mods
these
because you
games
don't have
has
bloody
been
mod
amazing.
support, you lying
And your
bastard.
enthusiasm and support for us has encouraged us to go even bigger. You just heard about our new Quake game. Let's see what else we have planned for you guys. At last year's showcase, I told you about the Elder Scrolls Legends, a free-to-play collectible.
Started off hot, I see.
Now,
To be
Yeah.
fair, I've
last
played
year,
this and
I
it's
am a
actually
huge
great.
fans
It's
of
really
these
good.
games. I play them
Is it?
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
is.
So this is a game I'm particularly excited about. Legends provides a very deep strategy experience through both single and multiplayer modes, beginning with a campaign complete with a compelling story, interesting characters, and some great gameplay. The story is told from the perspective of a moth priest named Kellen.
A
it.
moth
Tell you a little
priest.
more.
I don't know
If you
much
take a
about the
look
Elder
at the
Scrolls lore,
campaign's
but a
opening
moth
scenes-
What?
priest is not a word that I ever thought would ever be said by a human tongue.
We exploded colors.
The Birth of the Universe came as part of a children's card game.
The Elder Scrolls show us what was
Nah, it was just an
This
owl.
owl is on fire!
and what yet will be. And they have revealed much to me.
Spare us your stories, old man, unless they can sharpen spears.
Spare us your card games, Bethesda.
Enemies are
Is he
massing
the
for
moth
another
priest?
He doesn't look like it. He looks like Adam Sessler with paint on his head and an owl.
What? But
Well, obviously,
Smells blood in the wind.
no, just the voice.
Kishitas wears if you have coin.
Yeah.
Stories can do surprising things, Spear Maiden, whether they are true or not.
And
Well-
then it died.
That was not our fault.
Nope.
Wow, that is broke ass.
Can I get a gun?
Look at that, 59.94
You
frames
locked
per
your
second.
stream.
Disgusting.
Locked your stream.
Interlaced? Interlaced? What is this?
Ooh.
2001? You bloody... There you go. Well done.
We can still see your frame rate. We can still see
And
your
it's
resolution.
subpar, he says as he runs his stream at 30.
Ooh, he removed it.
This is the story of a forgotten hero.
Someone's getting fired.
The course of history.
Well, we learned nothing, as per usual. To be fair, I've already played the game, so...
They can't even get the lights back on in there.
Fix
It took them a minute.
When Legends begins, you're set on a path to discover the world of the Elder Scrolls in a way you haven't seen before. The choices
In a
you make
children's
define
card
your approach
game.
and unlock all the depth the game has to offer. A two-lane battlefield provides more variety and strategic depth. Players make decisions that change the cards they want to improve or add to their decks. And we offer a full single-player campaign, as well as multiple ways to play against the AI or other players in both battle and arena.
What's it, card upgrades
Public
is
beta
interesting.
testing
I'm not sure I'm like
in April,
100%
and so
keen
far
on
the
that
feedback
idea.
from
I've seen it
people
like
who've
run
been
into the
playing
ground
has
in
been
mobile
terrific.
games. Like Clash
To
Royale, for
celebrate
instance.
E3 this week,
Yeah,
we're
'cause
help.
more
you don't
into the
play
game.
enough
Please,
of that.
please help me. I
If you
can't
haven't
get
signed
away
up
from
yet,
it.
Just visit Bethesda.net, create an account, and sign up, and be sure to keep an eye on your email. Also tonight, we're very pleased to announce that in addition to PC and iPad, Legends will be coming to iPhone, Mac, and Android tablets and phones later this year.
Because we want all your money.
That sounds good to me. I like being able to play on the toilet.
As I said, I'm very excited about Legends as it brings
what?
together an award-winning franchise that I love and a new genre. And whether you're a veteran strategy card fan or have never played a game before, it's a game we think you'll all
Here
really
we are at the
And
Bethesda
now,
conference.
so long
We've
as
never
we're on the
played a
topic
game
of
before.
Legends, let's take a look at
What
the
is a
team
strategy
at
card
Bethesda
game?
Studios
I wonder why they won't use the term CCG anymore.
Welcome here to Bethesda Game Studios. It's amazing to think it has only been a year since you first heard about Fallout 4 at this very event. And thanks to you, it became not just our most popular game ever, but one of the industries. It has simply blown us away.
Biggest
and we're incredibly
letdown
blessed to have fans
ever.
like you. See what you've
It was
created,
not what I
just
was
in the
hoping
main
for.
I'm
game,
going to
but
need
the
more
add-ons,
dialogue
of course,
options
mods.
in order to
It is
explain
just
to you my
incredible.
disappointment of this
And we're
game.
not
Well,
done
no,
yet.
you only have
We're
4.
excited to show
Yes,
you what's coming
no,
next
maybe,
for
and
Fallout 4.
investigate. You know, when I thought of Fallout, this was not what I had in mind.
No, not so much.
Not especially.
New Vegas again, anyone?
I wouldn't mind. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Play
Let's
them more
go
ways
kill
1 2,
Kaisar again, please.
maybe. Yay, DLC and such.
Still a good soundtrack.
Build
though.
your own vault. How would you practically build your own vault? I mean, doesn't that seem like a major undertaking for
That sounds
one
like the
person?
only thing I would be interested in this game.
I mean, I like the fact that it's like, hey, we already had a game about building your own vault. It wasn't very good.
So
at
let's
least
try
this
it
one-
again.
You see, this one actually has
That's
experimentation
cool.
on dwellers.
That's cool though.
Look, that's
like,
that's literally what we thought Fallout Shelter was going to be.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
actually what we hoped that would be.
Yeah. No, that's. I kind of want that.
Yes.
I'm gonna be fair. Like.
Well, the whole idea that you could experiment on the people that are dwelling there was the whole point.
Yes.
You're not supposed to be nice to them.
The crying, and I can't get over crying over you.
I think Fallout's got a little silly. I don't know.
It has.
Not that Fallout was
Well,
ever
we
not
didn't just
silly.
announced Fallout 4 last year. We also announced and released Fallout Shelter.
And it was
Over
terrible.
50 million of you
It started
have
out
downloaded
okay,
and played.
and then it
I
was
can't-
buggy.
Really big update coming out.
It's also not a game. Like, after the first day or so, you realize there's literally nothing
to do.
to do. They have updated it a little bit. I will give them credit for that, but there's so little actual gameplay in it. I can't believe I spent money on that.
I know.
Actually, I kind of can. Oh, it has,
It
it has a
was
combat
Fallout.
system now. That's interesting. I mean, it has been a year since I've played it. Oh, it's oh no. Oh, no.
PC version. Thank
Right,
you.
so they're adding
Thank
gameplay.
you.
They're adding gameplay, and then after a year, it's going to be released. Okay, all right. Hey, I got to practice what I preach. I said, hey, you know, it's not okay to say that it's too little too late. I'll come back.
Yeah,
I'll give it a try.
I will definitely try it when it comes out on
There is something
PC.
else,
It's just
though,
every time
that
I try to
you've
play
been
on
asking
iOS,
us
it
about,
just.
And yes, we've been working on it.
Oh.
We don't care about
Don't care about that. Look at them shadows. Ugh. We're bringing Skryim to PlayStation 4.
Man.
I don't care. You could run that thing on like a toaster these days. Gordon Rays. Wow, that reminds me of Age of Conan.
I play games to look at toadstools. How about you?
I don't know, like, I was a big Toadstool watcher back in the Oblivion days. I would do that. It's like, buy our remaster, it'll now look almost as good as a mid-range PC. Almost. Well, maybe not. Steal mods from PC users and re-upload them under your own name.
And rate them 1 star because you're a dick.
I'm not sure why people are so happy about that. It's like, yeah! Wait, haven't you already played that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Arcane?
the president and co-creative director of Arcane Studios.
All right, here we go.
Rafael Colantonio.
Yay, Arcane! I like your games. One of them was kind of rubbish, but it was still neat. You could kick orcs into spikes and stuff.
Hi everyone, I'm very excited to be here tonight on behalf of Arcane Studios, the makers of Dishonored.
We don't mention Dark Messiah.
No, we don't.
Dark Messiah was great.
For
Buggy
very
as crap,
specific kind
but
of game,
great.
First-person immersive games. Our games blend narration and simulation in a way that makes every player's experience different, where players can improvise and where choices have consequence. Our games encourage replay in order to try different playstyles so that players are free to play their own way. In 2012, we released Dishonored.
And it was amazing.
It was. I still think Dark Messiah was better.
That was like one of the best feelings for us developers. After that launch, my friend and co-director Harvey Smith took the lead on Dishonored 2, so he went to France in Lyon and worked with the team over there. Meanwhile, I have been busy in Austin working on something else with the team in Austin. And tonight, I have a surprise for you. I'm going to reveal what that surprise is in a minute.
Well played.
The values that are so dear to Arcane. It's another first-person immersive game set in a dangerous universe. Only this time, we've added a psychological thrill. Here is the world's first look at what we've been up to.
Now play the damn video.
Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032. You have a 9 a.m. appointment with Alex in his office. There is no duration set for this meeting.
That is a lot of body hair.
Yeah.
3 p.m. meeting in TranStar Conference Room A to greenlight research.
Rendering this coffee cost us $60,000.
Prior to arrival.
That's a nice fucking kitchen. Like, what is it with E3 and nice kitchens?
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th.
Groundhog Day happening? What's going on?
You have a 9 a.m. appointment with Alex in his office.
The daily grind getting to you much?
Good morning, Morgan.
I mean, I'm already intrigued.
Me too.
Jesus Christ, go see a doctor. What the hell?
Looks like we have some tests to run through today.
Interesting.
I can see you won't be playing this game.
Oh, no, are you kidding me? It's by Arcane. I'm all in on it. I don't care.
You don't like slightly scary things.
I will deal.
Facehuggers? What? Now, how did we get into space? I'm just saying.
No explanation required.
Good morning, Morgan.
What?
You're not going to like what I have to say next.
I am left very intrigued. Obviously, that's pre-rendered, but...
Still.
Oh, God, that's Prey 2!
Wow!
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, it's Prey 2. That doesn't look anything like the original Prey.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
In Prey...
Oh, it's Prey.
Aboard Talos 1, a very special space station.
Hang on a second. Hang on. You can't just do that. You're not allowed to just reboot the name of something.
You can. It's been long enough.
Have Prey.
It's been long enough.
Don't try to hide it from me. I know that game exists. You can't just call it Prey again.
No, you can't.
You're not allowed.
It's been too long.
It hasn't.
It has.
And your own past, you must survive using all the tools at your disposal on board of the station. Your wits,
I like
weapons, and mind-bending abilities. Prey will be available next year on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. We'll have more to show at the
PC. Woo!
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not okay with them just rebooting the name of that.
Oh, be
I'm Marty
quiet.
Stratton, executive producer of Doom at id Software. Last month, we had the privilege of releasing one of the most iconic titles in our industry to fans around the world. We challenged ourselves to ensure Doom lived up to its incredible legacy.
And it bloody well did. Thank you.
Making the Doom launch such a tremendous success. It's been amazing to watch and hear from the millions of players enjoying the many aspects of the game.
You ever feel like playing Doom and just like listening to let the bodies hit the floor?
Yes.
Because
on a fairly daily basis, actually.
Yeah.
Inspire our team. Last year, we told you we wanted to put the power of creation in the hands of every player through Doom Snap.
Very, very limited. Let's see if they're actually going to improve this.
And in the coming months, we're excited to be supporting Doom Snap Map with free updates and even more ways to play. We'll be delivering new construction modules, including hell visual themes, as well as new props, objects, weapons, and items. While creators can look forward to new logic options and functionality, like the ability to create true single-player experiences with features like the popular weapon wheel found in the campaign. And again...
I'm sorry, what's a weapon wheel, and what console peasantry is it involved in? Because I've never seen that.
Next month, we'll release 2 new modes, including a uniquely doomed variant of One Flag CTF called Exodus.
Oh, finally, it's got Capture the Flag in the multiplayer. So I actually heard, by the way, that it is taking over the multiplayer from Certain Affinity, so they're actually going to be working on it. So it might get better. I didn't hate the Doom multiplayer. I just thought it, was not really up to par with the single player.
All players and playable on any existing or future maps. Also next month, fans can look forward to our first premium Doom DLC pack, Unto the Evil. The first DLC pack includes...
Well, I guess I'll see you later.
No, because it's a multiplayer map DLC, which is a terrible idea.
Yeah, but if it gets better, then maybe.
A new gun, equipment item, armor sets, taunts, and more.
So are you going to put these on the same servers as people that don't have those options? Because that doesn't sound good. And honestly, it ends up being more like Call of Duty in the way that it segments the community. And let's be honest, the Doom multiplayer is sort of rapidly thinning out in terms of the number of players it's got. It hasn't kept people, because it's actually not that great, so I'm not hugely excited about that. It's like, hey, you make me some single-player mission packs, and I will buy all of them.
For everyone that's enjoying Doom, and again, we thank you, the fans, for making it such a hit. Doom has received near universal acclaim from critics and players alike for its fast combat, over-the-top demons, and amazing graphics.
I bet my bloody words aren't in there.
Now,
Totalbiscuit said it was all right.
Supporter of shareware. Or for you youngsters in the audience, that's what us old guys used to call a demo. And in a nod to
not
that
technically, but I'm not going to argue with you.
Anyone that hasn't checked
He's
out
older than
Doom's
you.
amazing
Let him have
gameplay,
it.
A chance to do it for free. So, starting tonight, you can download and play the first level of Doom on Steam, PS4, or Xbox One for free.
Demos, what a revolutionary idea in 2016. I mean, you've got to still give them credit for actually doing that.
True. Didn't have to, especially considering how many units it shifted.
Yeah. Ever. So if you love super intense action or you just want to experience state-of-the-art gaming, go download Doom and fight like hell on us. We think you'll see what everyone else is talking about.
In brackets, now, it's a 60 gig download, so watch out.
Princes and secret assassin cults. Please welcome from ZeniMax Online Studios, the Elder Scrolls Online game director, Matt Firer. Matt?
You see, this is what in wrestling we call the cooler match.
Yeah, it is.
Is this the match that you put in the middle that nobody cares about, where people get to
go
to the toilet, basically?
Yeah.
Good evening.
I like how someone was screaming. I just envisioned them running from the room. The Elder Scrolls Online. Oh God, no!
This time last year, I was a little busy and I wasn't able to be here in person, but I made sure I was here this year to tell everyone what's been happening with the Elder Scrolls Online. From the console.
Hell yes! Oh my God!
There's a tiny gnome hidden behind the stage that just said that.
Really busy.
Elder Scrolls, yes!
Take a moment and thank
Never
all
do
of
that
our
voice
fans
again.
For your support, your enthusiasm, and your feedback. We take it really seriously, and we continue to work to improve the game. And based on the response, you like the changes.
Where is she? Find her.
I know, right?
Elder Scrolls Online was named the best MMOG
Whoa,
of 2015.
what?
Was one of the best-selling games of the year.
Oh, come on. People make mistakes all the time. We screwed up at least 20 times during our Rift session earlier.
7 million of you who have been exploring this enormous world of Tamriel.
As to how many are still playing, we're not going to mention that.
From the Elder Scrolls Online from launch onward.
I had hopes for this game. It was not what I was hoping for.
Same.
I wonder what it's doing on console, because I have a feel, there's not really a lot of choice when it comes to real MMOs on console, so I imagine it's probably doing pretty well, right? You'd think so.
I don't actually know.
Well, I don't know either, but...
This is the problem with being a PC-only kind of house.
I don't think that's a problem at all.
No, I'm just saying we have consoles. We just don't really play on them.
I do, because Odin Sphere just came out, and I just got Guilty Gear X Revelator. Okay, we get it.
There
Mud
are
crabs.
crabs, yes.
Mud crabs are hilarious as of 12 years ago. We get it.
We went to the Bethesda conference and all we got was crabs.
Ugh. He's riding a camel. That and a bear. You can do all kind of that in World of Warcraft anyway. But
Catman riding a bear.
I mean, that's a slightly higher poly bear, though. I mean, you gotta admit, for like an MMO, it does look pretty nice. Like,
yeah.
It was never the art style I had a problem with. There are not 7 million people currently playing that game, because that would make you bigger than WoW, and you're not bigger than WoW.
Might be bigger than WoW by now.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Let's just say WoW has seen nicer
To be fair, they're
days.
free to play as well, right?
Yeah.
Is having a lot of fun playing the game. And our player community...
Oh my god, how's ya?
Please stop.
Tonight, I'm very happy to announce that on June 23rd, we'll be expanding internationally by launching Elder Scrolls Online in Japan. We look forward to welcoming these fellow adventurers to the exciting world of Tamriel.
So, I didn't want to be the person to break this to you, but Japan stopped playing games on PC and console quite a while ago. Unless you're launching on mobile, I don't think you're going to get much traction there. God!
I am telling you, she must be like his wife.
It's possible. I mean, that's cool. Coming in to support your husband is a really awesome thing. I value my ears.
In the Dark Brotherhood DLC, you'll travel to another location from Oblivion, the Gold Coast of Cyrodiil. The Dark Brotherhood has an appropriately dark storyline full of intrigue and mystery and brings all new repeatable quest gameplay to ESO. So, please enjoy the worldwide debut of the Dark Brotherhood DLC launch trailer.
Is it weird to call something for an MMO downloadable content? Isn't, like, by definition, everything they implement downloadable content?
Because it's not yours. You don't get to have it. You borrow it. You can't play it without being online. I don't know.
I mean, I wonder, obviously, I assume you pay for these kind of things because it is a free-to-play game and they're basically selling content packs. I think it was the same way they did it with a lot of what was going on in Old Republic as well.
Now, go, assassin. Take your blade into the night. Be rewarded for your service.
That voice, though.
That's a good voice. I like it. Yeah, that's why I'm going to talk over it and ruin the whole thing for you.
Of death.
Spooky, scary skeletons. God damn it, Khajiit only wanted to sell you wares.
Kill the cat.
The Dark Brotherhood.
That voice does not match that body.
That is an extremely impractical knife.
Yeah.
To be fair, if your knife made that much noise sneaking up besides, they would notice, you know, they would probably turn around at that point.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me.
Creepy.
Super exclusive, you guys.
Ew.
Super. Oh my god, I'm so crazy!
Please stop. Elder Scrolls Online, it's buy to play though, isn't it? Like, there's no sub fee, but you have to buy in, right? No, because it wasn't Tamriel Unlimited supposed to be. I can't remember. I'm gonna be honest.
I think you needed a Wikipedia.
I don't think I do.
But that's not all.
Oh, but wait, you guys, that's not all.
Hush. Constantly make the game better. Since launch, we've regularly been adding innovative features such as the Justice System and the Champion System, and we're about to make another game changer. Tonight, we're announcing One Tamriel, marking another major evolution of gameplay in the Elder Scrolls Online. With One Tamriel, all characters will be automatically leveled to content in the world, allowing them to freely group with anyone they want, and also to explore the vast world of Tamriel with no level restrictions.
I knew they couldn't resist it. Anything related to Bethesda's got to scale your bloody levels, hasn't it?
Yep.
I was joking about this earlier, it actually happened.
From the moment you get out of the tutorial, the entire game world is open for you to explore freely. You can go wherever you want and play with whomever you want.
It is cool, though. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good solution to the issue that, like, somewhere like WoW has, where, like, 90% of the areas are basically ghost towns at that point, you know?
Yeah, but you can easily, like, buy your way up. if you
Oh,
wanted
totally,
to.
totally. But it's a good way to make sure the content they've created is continually used.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very smart idea.
Online community for your support. We never take it for granted. We work hard every day to make your Elder Scrolls Online experience the awesome adventure you want and deserve. Thanks, everyone.
say good for them keeping an MMO alive in this day and age that isn't Asian. You know, you got to give them credit for
WoW.
that. Or WoW, yeah.
Now, we want you to get as much as possible out of this year's showcase. So, this year, after we're done here in the hangar, we're just going to keep the showcase going. Now, for those of you watching at home, our pre-show hosts, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, will be back to take over the stream, and they'll bring you exclusive interviews and more information about all the games that we're talking about here tonight. Here in Los Angeles, we've built an interactive space over on the other side of the lot where you have a chance to learn more about our games, play some of them, and meet some of our developers. Over there is also food, drink, and to make sure it's a real party, we have arranged a special performance by Blink-182, who will drop their new album.
Right, okay.
I'm sorry, you're going to drop an album.
One, you are as old as they are. Secondly, you, as someone of that age, as someone, you know, who is getting to that age, you're not allowed to use that word anymore.
And when Sessler shows up, we're going to play Adam's song.
Oh, when Sessler shows up, that's when the party really begins.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
We were kind of right to not expect it, and we still kind of...
We were hopeful it wouldn't happen, but unfortunately you've let us down once again.
Doom 3 BFG in our booth. Now, at the time, we had solved some of the toughest technology challenges posed by VR, and people were amazed. Since then, we've quietly continued our pioneering work in VR, and tonight, we want you to see and experience what you feel when you put on a headset and play the latest AAA games in the industry.
Nausea is the answer to that, unfortunately.
It's like I need a Zofran.
There's no way I could play Doom on VR. You know, trust me, as someone that owns both the major headsets, there are some serious issues with movement when it comes to that. Doom is fast. Like, I would feel unbelievably sick playing that on VR.
I imagine there must be like some sort of like lag, sort of like involved. There's got to be a way to like slow it down. I think. I think it would have to be.
So we have Fallout 4 for you to play as well.
Really?
Fallout 4, yeah. It's the problem is, and if they've managed to solve this, good on them. That's amazing. But I mean, not only are there UI issues with that, but you're also running into problems with motion sickness because your inner ear balance is all off. You know, the movement in the game doesn't match what your brain is completely confused. That's what causes. That's why a lot of VR games have teleportation.
Did they just say they were releasing it on Vive in 2017?
Survival mode was an intense way to experience Fallout. You ain't seen nothing yet. We want to give you a glimpse into where we're headed with VR, where you can expect us to remain a leader, offering our games on the very best platforms you choose. So be sure to check it out. Now, for more on the second half of the showcase, let's check in with Adam and Morgan to see what's happening and get an update on what they have planned. Adam, Morgan, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Pete. Now, we are here at BE3+, and this is sort of this experience that you guys...
We are here outside of the venue, not showing you video games, which is not particularly interesting. There's nobody there! Why are you even showing us this? That is very silly. Check out these giant posters. Look at that. Look at these trailers running in the background that we've already seen reflecting so beautifully off the top of Adam Sessler's head.
You're cruel.
I am. I am a mean...
You're almost as bald as he is.
Yes, but not quite.
Definitely.
My suit's better than his.
Maybe he's bald by choice. Did you ever think about that?
Thank you, Adam and Morgan. We will see you guys in a few minutes. But we are not going anywhere just yet because there is one more thing that we think you are going to want to see.
Last year, we
announced that a sequel to Dishonored was in development, marking a new chapter to the Game of the Year from Arcane Studios. We shared a few tidbits about the sequel, but for the most part, you could say we've been in stealth mode.
Oh, what?
Boo this man!
Is going to be a very special game.
Where's the shrieking gnome from earlier?
And then goes way beyond. To tell you more, please join me in welcoming the creative director of Dishonored 2, Harvey Smith.
Bring back Corvo.
He's there. He's in it. He's half of the. You could play as two characters this time, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Pete. Hi, everybody. In Dishonored, you play a supernatural assassin in a steampunk city. The game blends combat, stealth, and mobility, giving you many different pathways and approaches. When the original Dishonored was released in 2012, you embraced the game and made it your own. You discovered moves and combinations of powers that we didn't even imagine.
We tried to jump over buildings and you wouldn't let us.
Because there are invisible walls everywhere, damn it.
The game, which won more than 100 Game of the Year awards.
Bring back Susan Sarandon. She was the best voice actress in the game.
we announced Dishonored 2. So tonight, here with all of you for the first time, we're going to show you the game.
Yeah, all right, we're in business. Here we go. That is a nice suit. That is way better than Adam Sessler's suit.
He's not even really wearing a suit. He's just wearing a tie and a blazer. It's not fully a suit.
That is the worst typewriter I've ever seen.
Agreed.
Why is it as high as it is? Like, the paper is literally a quarter of the size of that. No wonder these guys were eaten by rats.
Empire of the Isles, a rich Victorian-inspired.
These buildings are way too tall for us to jump over. Thank you.
Characters.
Well, there's those damn annoying lightning gates again.
Explore a new location, Karnaca, the jewel of the South. Our approach to world creation is very layered. Our art and design teams work together to create a strong sense of place with a well-realized culture. It's based on the people living there, the work they do, the architecture, economy, the climate, even the food and songs.
I don't see no food. I don't hear no songs.
They've got some really nice boxes, though.
That you can hide bodies in. There's one.
I'm a bit of a sucker for Victorian / steampunk / I suppose whale punk stuff.
Yeah, so how many of those things, how many games have you played with that in it?
About 3.
Yeah.
Art direction and level design. We wanted Dishonored 2 to resemble a painting in motion, so we've given considerable thought to our lighting and the way it plays across every surface. We've created custom tools to support the interruptible, real-time narrative scenes necessary for a stealth simulation.
That car.
And
that
the same is true for our approach to
Oh
audio,
god, it's the Trade
both
Federation.
in terms of atmospherics and
It's a droider car! Look at that bloody thing! It's coming to attack the Jedi!
More vivid, thanks to our new technology, which we call the Void Engine.
It's an impractical place to have a thing.
I mean, I guess they don't have regulations like we do. I mean, it's some pretty kick-ass architecture here, though. You can't argue with that.
In crafting spaces for you to explore, we've got several creative goals. We want the environment to feel coherent and complete, plausible. Where do these characters live? And
wait a second! He had 2 ace of spades in his hand. He's cheating.
Breaks or stop for lunch. But it goes further than that. For Dishonored 2, we felt compelled to ask ourselves about the history of a given street or shop. What was there a decade before the player arrives in Karnaca? Often you can see the
Jar
layers
Binks
of
by the
history,
look of it.
watermarks on the wall.
Please don't mention that name again in my presence.
Peeling posters and advertisements from years ago.
Okay, Teebs, I
We want every market, every
You are
alley
ruining
to tell
everything.
a story, and to offer you the chance to see something novel or intriguing.
You don't have stairs in this bloody city?
Yeah, he just came down them, only to jump up, like,
What was
2
the
levels.
point?
Dishonored 2 starts and ends in Dunwall, but most of the action takes place here in Karnaca. All right, there you go. Your first look at Dishonored 2.
More of a tour of Dishonored 2.
We ain't gonna show you no combat.
No stabbing involved in this particular gameplay.
And my dear friend Rafael Colantonio, thank you so much for all the passion you've given the game. In the first Dishonored game, you played Corvo Attano, falsely accused of killing the Empress, the woman he loved and was sworn to protect. And you were blamed for the abduction of their daughter, Emily Caldwin. After escaping on the night of his execution, Corvo is gifted with supernatural powers and dedicates himself to avenging the death of the Empress and restoring young Emily to the throne. As we began to work on Dishonored 2, a single question haunted us. What became of Emily Caldwin? How would her experiences affect her, and what kind of ruler would she become?
Would that really haunt you, though?
Not really, no.
I mean,
felt
I'm
it was
certainly
a pretty
curious, but...
complete story.
Years of age. And then we began to imagine what she'd be like as a heroic figure, as someone fighting for her life against the forces of deceit. We developed a vision for Emily Caldwin that excited us, and at E3 last year, we shared that vision with the world. Dishonored 2 is set 15 years after the first game. Emily Caldwin rules the Empire, watched over by her father, Corvo Attano.
Here we go.
Yay.
We get
actual gameplay-ish.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily.
You look tired, Father.
Every year, I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
These lines are a little rushed, don't you think? Maybe a couple of retakes needed on that.
It's not finished yet.
No, it's not.
Eventually.
People are saying it's you, that these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
I'm not sure I've ever heard anyone speak to their father like that in any circumstance, though. I have to admit.
Not even like early estranged.
The fate of the Empire is left hanging in the balance.
The writing is a little contrived.
The choice of playing as Empress Emily Caldwin or the Royal Protector Corvo Attano.
Like that they give you choice, though. That's kind of cool.
Absolutely.
With their own perspectives and emotional responses to the events transpiring around them. Whoever you choose to play, you've got to flee Dunwall, your home, and travel to Karnaca in order to unravel the threads of a conspiracy and take back what's yours.
Definitely looks a little rough, but that's to be expected, you know. Certainly not done yet.
She runs like a girl.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's called bait. Did you take it?
Yes,
you did.
Dishonored is known for unscripted, simulation-driven missions where no two players ever have the same experience. There are many pathways to explore as you penetrate well-defended locations, numerous ways to find and eliminate nefarious targets.
Nefarious, damn it!
For Dishonored 2,
Nefarious.
Nefarious was a raid boss.
On big, interesting themes, either from a gameplay or fictional standpoint, making each mission a wildly unique place to explore. I'll explain a little bit more about that. Today we're going to show you the Dust District, an industrial ruin ravaged by terrible storms that hit at random intervals. In the Dust District, a militant religious faction called the Overseers
gameplay
is at war with the Howler Gang.
That
the leaders of both
is a pretty
factions
damn
are
cool
trying to
looking
take
boat.
each other down. You can side with the Overseers or the Howlers or neither. There are many ways to
UI for the first time in E3 history.
Like, I knew we were actually in it because it even had the skip button and everything.
They need to work on that field of view. Don't look at me like that.
Taxes. I agree.
Look, if I had the field of view that this game had, I
Everything
wouldn't be
you
able to
see
see
here
you
is
looking at
rendered
me
in
like
a void
that.
engine designed to create atmospheric and exploration-rich
Maybe I don't
spaces.
want you to see me looking at you like that. It's pretty.
It is.
I like it.
It looks like a disused theme park.
To reach our target, Vice
I'm a fan
Overseer
of those.
Byrne, we've got to get past a Grand Guard checkpoint sealed off by a wall of light. A cruel security device reinstated by the Duke of Serkonos.
Orders from the Duke. We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder the Howlers use, then stabbed to death or dragged down by the Abbey's hounds. One young lieutenant got hit by an overseer grenade. That was it.
You notice how, like, intentionally slow all demo gameplay at E3 is? Like, as in way slower than anyone would really play it.
Some of us take longer to figure these puzzles out, John. I'm sorry, Teebs.
You know, I have a solution for this. It's called stab all of them.
For Dishonored 2. Encouraging players to explore the rooftops.
You don't get, like, the pacifistic ending if you do that.
I don't think this guy has any concern for the pacifist ending. Oh, we got that's some lean. I noticed some lean there. That's always good. Do you like me some lean?
Dust from the mines.
You know, if you keep talking to yourself, it's going to hear you, love. I'm gonna say, if
Storm
you...
is cool.
The thing is, if you worked in a place like this on a regular basis, you would absolutely be wearing eye
Storm
protection.
alters visibility for the AI
That's pretty
and the
awesome,
player.
though, that the
A
storm,
random
like
storm
an
rates
actual
and Emily
weather
comments on it.
Oh yeah,
event.
totally, absolutely. I dig weather events actually affecting the gameplay in some way.
Yeah.
Most just make a purely cosmetic effort
It
of
also
it.
makes sense for those little windmills to be there then as well,
Don't
actually.
they like break?
Drop attack, guards
They look pretty
climbing and
flimsy.
vaulting, combat choke, and Emily using far reach to pull an explosive whale oil tank toward her from a distance.
Yeah, because that wouldn't kill you, even if you did land on someone. Right.
I like the fact that he didn't die from you landing on him from that particular
Yeah.
height.
Uh-huh.
Oh, chromatic aberration, my best friend. Here we are again. You know, I say it.
He shot him in the butt.
That's perfect.
What?
Why would you not do that? It certainly looks very clunky, but I have to appreciate
It
the
is
fact
not
that
done, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, bear in mind, I'll take clunky
Over
and
not
not
seeing
done yet
anything.
over this is a lie.
This is already better than the EA conference by a mile.
Well, you know, it's also a point that a lot of what we usually see at E3 is a lie.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
This
it's
is
not
gameplay.
representative.
This is actual gameplay.
It's actual gameplay that isn't done yet, and I can appreciate that. Oh, here we go, weapon wheels again.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's been a thing
It's a
since
console
the last
thing.
one.
Yeah.
Mesmerized, they won't notice Emily or even remember that she was here.
I'm just saying they had the wheel on the PC version.
Yeah, you just
The
didn't use it
original.
unless you were a peasant.
Empty right now.
Ever since Bioshock went off the deep end with Infinite and stopped being great, I have looked to Dishonored to fulfill that particular itch. This looks like it will totally do that.
I liked Infinite, but I like these things better.
Bioshock 2, best Bioshock.
I will
This
kind
time,
of
all of
agree,
Emily's
but not
Minerva's
hardly.
Den, man.
And all of Corvo's can be fully upgraded
It's just
using
because
entirely new
I
skill
think
trees,
I just dug
giving
the
you
story of
ability
the
to
first one
customize
more.
more
I was
deeply.
attached.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that, absolutely. But Rivet Gun, though.
Yeah.
If you're new to the Dishonored series, it's all about options and exploration.
I just
playing
never
at
got
your
used to
own
the
pace.
Scream.
The game has many different pathways through each mission, and also different approaches, stealth or combat, lethal or non-lethal, and a wide array of supernatural powers that will dramatically change the experience as you play. We're very close to Vice Overseer Byrne's office now.
I definitely think it looks exactly like what I was hoping for from another Dishonored game. It's not completely changing the formula. In fact, it seems like
It
it's
doesn't
bare.
need to.
It's not
It
changing the
doesn't
formula
need
at all, really. It just needs to be different place, different time, different people.
Yep.
No, which are half
We've
and half
got-
different people anyway.
Byrne is giving a briefing using a projector. We're going to plant a stun mine and then link several of the Overseers with Emily's domino power, so that whatever happens to one of them will happen to all of them. They share the same fate.
That's a very interesting idea for a power. I haven't seen many games try that.
The next day to fight again. Whatever witchcraft he has.
Switching off the projector will attract Vice Overseer Byrne's attention, and when the mine affects one Overseer, it will affect all of them.
Go check, brother.
You know, one thing I've always loved about Dishonored is the fact that they didn't go for the sort of first-person platforming. They just said, you know what, we're just going to give you a damn teleport.
Yep.
No, none of that nonsense, none of that, oh, I jumped and fell.
That's cool.
There are many creative ways to use Domino. Now we're going to show you Shadow Walk, another key power for Emily.
Yeah, it's not creepy at all.
That's the darkness too,
Shadow
right
Walk
there.
Yeah, it
useful for
is.
stealth and
God, I
combat.
missed it. I need to
You
play
saw
that
it
again.
in the,
That game was
announced
awesome.
trailer that we made for the game, and you can fully use it in the game. Like all the powers, it can be upgraded in a variety of ways. With Vice Overseer Byrne out of the picture, the leader of the Howlers will owe Emily a favor, and that's just one way to complete the Dust District mission. Before closing today, we want to demonstrate another signature environment from a mission called A Crack in the Slab. It's another example of the missions in Dishonored 2 and how they're built around big, interesting themes. This mission takes place in a ruined manor that's been sealed for several
All credit to
years.
Bethesda
At the
here.
start,
Compared to what we
the
saw
outsider
earlier today,
appears
this
and
is
explains that reality
fairly
was
minimal
built inside
fluff
this place
for a
after
conference.
an occult event.
This is how I hoped all conferences would become.
And even time behaves
and they didn't. Can't wait for Ubisoft tomorrow.
Between the ruined present and the past, when the manor was lavish and refined.
You ready for Just Dance 5?
No, I'm not.
No one is ever ready for Just Dance 5.
Here we're in the present, when the manor is in ruins.
What the bloody hell is that thing?
A compass that only points to what it is that you desire.
That's oddly specific.
Where's all the women gone?
Now we've moved backwards, years into the past, when the manor was still inhabited and
Oh,
guarded.
it's got literal time travel in it. Cool. Really cool. This kind of reminds me of, you remember Soul Reaver, where you would travel between the spirit realm and the real realm?
Yeah.
Well, here they're just doing it with time.
Looking through
what
the lenses of the outsider's timepiece.
Fucking
That's
cool
that you
idea.
can see it in the timepiece.
This is useful for solving puzzles, as you've seen.
Cool.
But it can
That
also be used to avoid or
is-
take down enemies.
That's phenomenal.
You can watch enemies in the alternate timeline.
That's
and then step through to
amazing.
execute your plans.
That's super cool. I get maybe it's a bit gimmicky, but I like it.
I don't care. I don't care if that's a bit gimmicky. Again, this has kind of been done before with stuff like Soul Reaver in a different way, but I will take it.
I like it.
I think that's an awesome idea.
I like the fact that each of them have different powers and stuff when you choose to play one or the other. That's really neat. I think that.
Well, if Emily doesn't get this timepiece, I'm playing Corvo. I'm sorry.
I think that this gives it like replayability just in the hey, I want to play it through as this person and the other person. You know.
All right. Well, I take back what I said that it's more of the same. It blatantly isn't. At least with that, anyway. That's a really interesting creative mechanic. I'm very impressed by that.
They're really ready for you to get you guys to get your hands on it, and you don't have to wait long. All of you can leave your mark on the Empire of the Isles because Dishonored 2 will release on PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and PC November 11th, 2016.
Nice.
November is going to be very competitive this year.
Busy.
Jesus.
This is the worldwide launch of the Dishonored 2 gameplay trailer. You're seeing it here first. Good night.
I like him. He's no fluff.
He really is. Like, he's a nerd. He's just a big nerd, and I appreciate that about him. He was the same last year as well.
Walk on gold dust, woman. Take your silver spoon, dig your grave.
God damn, November's going to be, 1, a nightmare, but 2, a very lucrative nightmare by the looks of it.
See your sunrise loves to go down, to go down. Did she make you cry, make you break down? Shattered illusions of love. Tell me, is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go?
I fully accept the imperfections of Dishonored, and some of the janky nature of it, just because it is that damn good mechanically. Not to mention it has such an interesting setting.
I just like it's not like any other game that's out right now or even will be in this time frame.
Probably, yeah. I mean, strangely enough, I'm not the sort of person that really likes stealth games, and yet I find games like Dishonored and Dark Messiah, because it's stealth optional,
Yeah, it very much is. Like, I love Thief, and so this is like right up my alley.
I like Thief as well. I'm outspoken on liking the reboot of Thief, as it were. A lot of people hated it. I did not. I remember that was the moment that many people said, he's lost his edge as a critic. He's clearly...
The reboot of Thief, I think,
liked
was
it.
one of
I
the
did.
better games.
It may not have been anything like the originals, but I think on its own it was exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was. It was people were thinking it was going to be true to the franchise.
Which is fair. Yeah, it's a fair expectation.
Yeah. If it would have been named anything other than Thief,
exactly. That's
it.
the thing.
People
if it had been
would have
named
loved
anything other than Thief, But yeah, this looks awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. No doubt about that.
I will play the crap out of this when this comes out.
Absolutely. I had to go back and I never played the DLC actually.
The DLC's good.
Witches of Dunwall and things like that. Knife of Dunwall and what was it was the Greymore Witches or something like that. Yeah, I actually never got around to playing that.
Very excited about Dishonored 2. Could I please have another round of applause for the very shy and took off Harvey Smith?
Aw, very shy indeed.
Hey, screw that. That guy is straight talking. He just loves video games. I'll take him over any other presenter any day of the week.
Have been asking about a lot is whether or not we're going to do a collector's edition. So tonight, I'm happy to confirm that yes, we will be doing a limited number of Dishonored 2 collector's editions.
The mask, though.
The collector's edition comes with a very cool replica of Corvo's mask as well as Emily's ring, and it'll be available through retailers around the globe, but supplies are limited, and as we saw with Fallout 4
and it will cost hundreds of dollars, most likely.
So, if you want one,
I have too much junk already. I'm sorry. I can't go for that.
I have room in my office.
If you pre-order or digitally pre-purchase any version of Dishonored 2,
Plus, if I ever decide to cosplay as Emily, it'll help.
Copy of Dishonored Definitive Edition, which includes the original, critically acclaimed game, plus all of the add-on content remastered for the current generation of
Remaster all of the things, says Bethesda.
Now, games like Dishonored 2 and all of the games that we've shown here tonight don't happen by accident. There are wonderfully talented, dedicated people working hard every day to build games that thrill and inspire all of us. And I want to take a moment to recognize and thank the entire Bethesda team and all of our studios. So if you take a look, you'll see teams from all over the world who are joining us now. Would you please welcome me? Would you please join me in thanking them all for their incredible and dedicated work?
Classy move. I like that.
Crunch time later, boys.
You know, I was saying the EA conference completely lacked any soul. I feel like, to some degree, this is the opposite of that.
Thank you very much. That was great. So, from Quake Champions,
we can tell how excited he is.
Elder Scrolls Legends to Prey, plus all of the new content for Doom, The Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 4, and Fallout Shelter, and the latest in virtual reality gaming. It should be another big year for Bethesda. Now, this has already been a great night, and we want to commemorate this moment and give you guys something special to remember it by. So for all of you here in Los Angeles, when you leave tonight, you'll get a special T-shirt. Commemorating this event and all of the games that we've shown.
What is this shirt for?
The stream at home,
Video
Adam and
games.
Morgan
What
have
are
T-shirts
those?
to give away, so keep watching for a chance to get yours. And that is everything we have to show you from this stage. So if you're here with me in the hangar, you can head over to the other side of the lot. If
Maybe not the best way to end your conference by saying he's a free T-shirt and get out.
Yeah.
For the rest
We
of
have
our
Blink
showcase,
182
from all of us
for
at
you
Bethesda,
right over
thank you
there.
all so much for playing our games and joining us. That's it for me. Have a great night. Adam and Morgan, take it away.
Yeah, maybe end it with all of the Dishonored 2 stuff rather than... It's like, oh yeah, that was really great. T-shirts, guys. Let's talk about T-shirts for a while.
All right.
There we go. That, by the looks of it, was Bethesda. And we're having interviews, and we are going to be talking over that by the sounds of it. Or, alternatively, you can turn the stream off now, I think, by the looks of it. Well, no Wolfenstein announcement, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed by that, but, you know, from the looks of it, with Quake, it's going to already be a really busy year for them.
I wonder how they're going to launch that. I mean, that's the sort of thing that sounds like it's going to be free to play. There we go. And that is the end of that by the looks of it. Sort of a slightly anti-climb.
Janky end, yeah.
Well, I mean, that would be Bethesda in a nutshell, right?
Yeah,
a slightly janky something, you know.
We'll clean it up in post.
We'll fix it at some point. Let's have some Bethesda music in the background. There we go. Lovely, innit? Lovely jabbly. That's what we like to see. All right, we can close out the stream there. Certainly a much better conference than EA's, no doubt about that. Certainly some interesting stuff in there. A little bit disappointed not to hear anything about a potential Wolfenstein sequel. I think Wolfie was phenomenal.
Yes.
Absolutely great game.
It was my game of the year.
It was my game of the year, too, as it happened to, in 2004, 15?
Yeah.
14. Definitely 14. Yes, just getting that right. Yeah,
completely
like...
gritty. Just everything that you wanted it to be. Very fulfilling.
I'm excited to see what's going on with Prey, though.
Yeah.
That is interesting. It's weird that they would take...
It did not look like Prey.
No, it looks nothing like Prey whatsoever.
I don't think it's going to feel so much anything like Prey.
I think... Why even call it that? That's the weird thing. Why even call it that?
It'll be the same thing with Thief. I guarantee you.
But it's got no
like,
association, as far as I can tell, with it whatsoever. But bear in mind, the original Prey was a Native American-themed sci-fi shooter.
Yeah.
Yep. With teleportation.
Maybe this isn't even related. Do you
And
think about that?
portals.
Do you think about that? Like, maybe it's just not even related
I don't think
at
it's
all.
related in any way.
Yeah.
But that's why it's weird that they call it Prey. It's not like Prey was a strong IP to base another game on, unless you were going to just straight up call it Prey 2 and continue with the Native American themes and the portal mechanics and things like that. This seems like it's something completely and utterly
I mean,
different.
The concept is still there, though. You
Is
are
it?
prey.
Well, yes and no. We don't really know. I know it has that big psychological and weird element to
Well,
it.
I'm very much thinking that, hey, aliens, you're probably in their space. I'm gonna assume
I don't know if it's
that
aliens.
You're the
I
prey.
mean, they were talking about experimentation and all sorts of things like that. Who knows if it had anything to do with aliens at all? I couldn't tell you. It obviously looked like it, but the trailer can be very deceiving. Obviously, I'm intrigued by
The
it.
trailer did what it was supposed to do, which was
Intrigue me.
Intrigue.
Yeah, it just
Definitely did
completely
that.
confuses me why you would call that Prey. There's already a game called that. I know it's been taken off every digital distribution platform known to man.
Every name for everything has already been taken. Let's face that.
I'm pretty sure they'd come up with something else. Outside of that, obviously, Elder Scrolls Online stuff, it's necessary to have it in a conference.
Woo, fuck yeah!
Look, put the screeching gnome to the side for the second. It's fine. It's not something that we care about, but obviously you're going to mention it. Legends, it's strange to sort of really talk about that. What I do like, though, is that they're emphasizing that it is actually story-driven. It does have, like, a legitimate single-player campaign.
Moth Priest.
Well, that's apparently the thing. I don't know much about Elder Scrolls lore, I'll admit. Having spent a huge amount of time with Oblivion, I still have no idea.
That girl could tell you.
I'm sure she could.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'd be able to do so through the screeching, but one way or the other, it's cool that they emphasize that aspect, because when they showed it at PAX, they really didn't
It
emphasize
was just
that.
like, hey, here's another card game.
Well,
It's just
yeah,
any
I mean, it
other
was
card
showing the
game.
1v1 gameplay, which I was obviously interested in.
The fact
but
that there's story.
yeah, there's a legitimate story, there's a legitimate campaign. That's something that a lot of other games in that genre don't have. So I dig that. The Fallout stuff was pretty underwhelming until they showed what was basically what I thought Fallout Shelter should have been.
Should have been, right. And I'm very much intrigued by that, too.
The problem is you have to play Fallout 4 in order to get to that, though.
Yeah.
The amount of materials you're probably going to have to build up in order to create a vault or something along those lines.
At least then I would sort of have a goal. I don't know why, but it just felt without dialogue options that I really didn't have a goal that I felt was fulfilling. And I don't know why, but I feel like building stuff, running my own, thing, that would be fun. Like, that would be a goal for me. That would be something to work toward. I don't know
True.
why.
I mean, it is a goal, certainly. The thing is that I've never really played Fallout for anything like that. That's a very sort of Minecraft-esque sort of thing. It's a very modern, survival, sandbox-y kind of aspect to it.
Would it be fair to say that you typically don't spend a lot of time? I mean, I'm not saying that you don't play them, but let's just say a lot of extra time playing open world sandbox type games.
No, because they're giant time sinks in many ways.
Right, and you don't usually have the time to dedicate to that.
It also comes down to quality per hour, and something Fallout 4 I had a big problem with in terms of quality per hour, because they took away a lot of what I found interesting about the Fallout universe. The conversations, the strange characters, the different ways to solve things, the very stat-orientated gameplay. Being able to build a character who's completely inept at combat but solve things through science, or solve things through trickery and sneaking, or just talking people out of things. That wasn't something that you could really do in Fallout 4. They emphasized the gunplay, and I appreciate that they improved the gunplay, but they did it at the expense of all the other things I liked about Fallout.
Oh yeah, and I mean, it ruined for me literally the franchise, I think, playing Fallout 4.
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't like it, I know that.
I got 15 minutes into it, and I was like, what the
15
shit
minutes?
is
well,
this?
Maybe should have played it a little longer than that.
No. I mean, I went back and I tried to give it more time and everything, but I'm just saying, initially, I was just like, am I playing the right game? I mean, the aesthetic looks right, but
it looks like Fallout, it smells like Fallout, but it doesn't taste like
Fallout.
Fallout, does it?
It ain't devved like Fallout.
Yeah, it almost makes me think that whole shelter building thing, the vault building thing, should be a separate game, like Fallout Shelter, for instance. Although I will admit that them showing the fact that they're adding questing and they're revamping the combat system, which the game didn't really have a combat system.
Yeah.
You just kind of you could drop people in with guns and they just shot away and finish things.
I'm glad they're bringing it to PC.
I don't know if I am. I'm not sure how much of it I'll play on PC, but I will say that it will make controlling it a hell of a lot easier, because
Yes,
holy
it
crap,
will.
the amount of zooming and grabbing, it's like, these guys are tiny, what the hell? It looks like it's going to have some real actual gameplay in it.
The option. There are people who really are just completely hard against not having like any eye device or anything like that. So.
Yeah, well, it makes sense to bring a Fallout game to PC. Not having it on PC is a little ridiculous, considering where the actual game originated.
Yes.
But it looks like they're improving it, and as I've said before, you know, that there's never too late to bring somebody back to a game like that. I would be willing to give it another try once they add that new combat in. I imagine they're hopefully going to let you link your accounts, because I certainly don't want to start again. I played a bunch of that, well, for like a week, and then just got utterly sick of it.
It would
for
be
obvious
nice,
reasons.
but I wouldn't bank on it.
Considering it's an iDevice, no.
I would not bank on that.
No, absolutely not. Incidentally, there was just an announcement that the Skyrime remastered edition is going to be upgraded. If you own Skyrim and all its add-ons or the Legendary Edition, you upgrade to Skyrim Special Edition for free on October the 28th. That's on PC. So, if you're on console, you gotta buy it. That's unfortunate. Maybe don't play games on console anymore. Obviously, PC's a better business proposition for you, as it were. Not Doom, sorry. I was actually, let's talk about Doom for a second. I love the fact that they're improving SnapMap. I have played around quite a lot with SnapMap. It is very limited. It's quite complex to make it do anything kind of cool. You know, I was able to create a basic currency system and things like that, but there's a lot missing from SnapMap. But it's less about what you can actually access in that game and more about what you are able to create and the limitations it has. Because you can't create a huge map with a bunch of demons that spawn at the same time, because it breaks the consoles. So they limit you, which is a real shame. I want to fight 200 Kako demons at the same time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I would love to, but you're not allowed to do that. It doesn't let you do it. It very much limits the number of things that you can spawn at any given time. So, you know, that is, at least in my eyes, very unfortunate.
I like the idea that they're
here's some
gonna
music
try
from
and bring it out
Prey,
for
by the
VR.
way. This is some Prey music, but apparently Prey doesn't exist anymore. There we go. Yeah, the VR stuff.
I like the idea that they're.
I love
gonna
the idea,
try
but
it
how
with
the hell
Doom.
are they going to do it?
I think they need to slow it down, but the thing is like people like you are going to complain about the frame rate, and people like you are going to complain about it not being like a true representation of the actual game thrown into a headset at that point.
Well, I mean, it really comes down to.
I think it needs to be slowed down for actual human consumption.
It's slowing it down won't really help, though. That's the real problem.
No, but I mean, adjusting for human reaction time, I think, is important.
To some degree, but there is an issue with just any kind of first-person game in which you're not moving inside a cockpit is inherently nausea-inducing. Now, it causes nausea because of the disconnect between your brain and what you're actually doing. This is why a lot of like the room scale games are either kind of on a platform with very limited movement, or they use a sort of teleportation technique. For instance, the version of the VR version of Solus Project that just came out, which is a first-person sort of in-space survival game. You've got 3 methods of movement. And one of them, it literally warns you, if you use this method of movement, it may very well cause you to induce nausea, you know, to make you motion sick. Which is why they give you an alternative movement method, which is teleportation. So you point and move. Vanishing Realms is the same on VR, where you'll point and teleport. And your brain's okay with that. Your brain can handle teleportation. It can't handle the regular movement. So I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't. Not to mention, by the way... Not to mention that Fallout 4 is, like, without breaking, is capped at 60 FPS, and VR is supposed to run at 90. So I don't know if they fixed that. Maybe they have.
Just upscale. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't a degree of interpolation that you can do with that, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I think I suppose the final thing to talk about, other than the lack of Wolfenstein. Bear in mind, it was teased in the little DOS prompt that they had.
Yeah.
DIR. I remember that. You remember DIR /W to get in a slightly better loadout? A better sort of layout. That was kind of cool. Also, I don't know what New Colossus is all about. I wonder if that's another expansion for New Order. I'll be very, very happy about that. But they did they're kind of teasing it. But if you look at the release date here, you see Commander Keen, Wolf 3D. I'm looking at a kind of screenshot of the prompts here, and then you've got New Colossus after Old Blood, which is just a bunch of stars. So they are teasing, I think, another maybe standalone expansion for Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Which I would be very happy with. Absolutely, no doubt about that. What else? The last thing, I suppose, would be Quake Champions. It was sounding pretty cool to me, although, again, I was looking forward to a single-player Quake, honestly. The one thing that I
don't think you're the only one. I feel like they know where their bread and butter is when it comes to Quake. That's held up over the years.
Yes. I mean, Quake Live is still around. Quake 3 Arena, you know, it will basically never die, I think, in terms of it being just an incredibly well-balanced game. But as soon as I heard they have different abilities. Basically, it's Overwatch has done this to us, man. Everything now has to have class
unique abilities.
Heroes, you know? I mean, he literally used the word heroes at one point. I don't know about that. I'm willing to try it out. I would dig a very arena-focused shooter with arena speed. You know, old Quake speed, but throw in a couple of class abilities. I wouldn't hate that. Although it does take away some element of the skill from the game, no doubt.
Yeah,
you know?
I miss, like, just how simple. Is it wrong to say simple? Simple
it's not
yet
wrong.
Complex.
It's not wrong to say that at all, because I think that's kind of exactly what it was. But I wonder if you can even improve on that. You know, Quake Live is pretty much like almost the perfect arena shooter, right? There's not really.
Like, what could you do? What else could you do? What could you add?
I don't know what else you could add to that.
And so I guess that's their dilemma as well, and that's what they needed to do with it.
Yeah, it may very well have had something to do with that, but yeah, overall pretty cool. Obviously, Dishonored 2 looks
really good,
great. Obviously, jank in many ways, but it's not done yet, and that's fine.
I think like the idea. I like the story.
I mean, I'm less concerned about the story and more about the mechanics. I love that the time-shifting thing seems incredible. I'm looking forward to playing around with that. I think if that is a Corvo-specific ability and it's not an Emily, I think I'll be playing Corvo.
I believe that they are character-specific abilities because they referenced many times, like, you know, Emily's ability to do this and Corvo's ability to do that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It was a good show overall. I don't think there was a lot missing. Sort of, you know, ended on a bit of a whimper with, hey, here's some t-shirts, but not too bad at all. I'm intrigued by Prey. Obviously, I've been looking forward to Elder Scrolls Legends for a while, because I've played the card game. I think it's a good card game. It's fun. I like my card games, no doubt about that. The Dishonored footage looked great. I'm intrigued to see what they do with Quake Champions. I'm a little nervous about what they're going to do with Quake Champions in the current environment.
I think esports could very well tear them apart if it's not
good. Yeah, but I mean,
pressure.
The question is, would a traditional arena shooter still be viable in 2016? Will people actually still buy into that?
I'd like to think they would.
I would hope they would. I would really hope they would. Maybe.
I think there are a lot of hardcore ex-Quake fans out there, or still current
that are all currently playing Overwatch.
Right, and will definitely drop all of that to go and play this.
Yeah, they might. They very well might. That was pretty cool. Yeah, we saw some very interesting things there. So thanks, Bethesda, for not boring us to death. We definitely appreciate that, especially after what we had to go through earlier. Ladies and gents, thanks for staying up so long. We had over 26,000 concurrent people watching at this time of night. I mean, God's sake, you know, it's almost midnight, so the Europeans are obviously asleep. We very much appreciate your support today. It's been awesome. Like, way more people tuned in than I expected. So thank you very much for that. We've got 4 more of these tomorrow.
We're gonna die.
We're gonna die. This is not gonna go well for us at all. So the schedule for tomorrow is as follows. Just going to bring that up. Actually, I'll give you countdowns from now, courtesy of Kiske. Thank you very much for that. In 13 hours is the Microsoft conference, and then the PC Gaming Show in about 15 hours' time. Ubisoft, 16 hours, 30 minutes or so. And Sony will cap off the evening, 22 hours, 30 minutes away. If you want to check out the various times, we do have a video as well as post over on r/Cynical Brit Official on Reddit. That has a list of the remaining panels that will be available. And also Twitch, I think, is almost constantly running a schedule. So you can check the twitch.com/Twitch channel. That is
Twitch.com, you say?
It's twitch.tv, isn't it?
It's...
I wonder what's on Twitch.com. I've never tried going there.
I don't know. Why don't you go there now?
Let's find out.
Uh-oh.
What's on Twitch.com?
Maybe they bullied the domain out by now. Who knows?
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
they
bullied
got the domain. I was right.
It didn't.
It's still there. That
they didn't
redirect
used to
works.
have it. They did not used to have it.
Indeed. That's so. Yeah, we've got 4 conferences tomorrow. So far, Bethesda certainly running away with it, but it doesn't take much considering what we saw earlier. But yeah, some cool games on display. Like that a lot.
Bethesda! Woo! Fuck yeah!
Congratulations to Bethesda for showing things that looked kind of interesting. We'll see what happens tomorrow. The big guys are bringing out the big guns. Both Microsoft with its many leaked things, including its slim, we look like PlayStation now Xbox. And of course, Sony has a tendency to bring some interesting stuff and to be very long-winded. Like, their conference is usually about 3 hours, so...
An introduction of an introduction of an introduction, because occasion.
Yes, something along those lines. Can't wait to see what the catchphrase is for this year, but there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the Cynical Brit Snarkathon with myself and Jenna. That was the Bethesda conferences. The supercut for the EA conference is already available on youtube.com/cynicalbrit. So go and watch that. We cut out, I don't know what you call the best moments, but they're moments. Let's just put it that way. They are moments, and the post-show complain fest is also in there as well. It's going to take me a while to get the rest of these cut up. I'm going to try my best to get that done before Chemo on Wednesday. If I don't, my apologies. You'll be able to see it later. Of course, if you subscribe to the channel, you can watch all the uncut VODs right now. Available right now here on twitch.tv/Totalbiscuit. Big thanks for tuning in and your support today. We will see you tomorrow. The first conference, I believe, will be... I'm just going to double check this, make sure I don't get it bloody wrong. Tell me where is the list? We have too much stuff on here. It is in the sidebar of our new official subreddit.
Yeah, because that's where I put it.
Thank you for that. 12:30 p.m. Eastern.
You can read.
I can, sometimes. 12:30 p.m. Eastern. That is 9:30 Pacific. That would be at 5:30 in the British Isles. 6:30 Central European time. Damn, I'm good at time zones. Yeah, I did that on my head.
Yeah.
On it. Not in it, on it. Impressive, isn't it? Microsoft conference, followed by PC Gaming Show, followed by Ubisoft, followed by Sony, followed by us passing out. God damn it. Thank you very much.
We still have Game of Thrones to watch tonight.
Let's go do it. I don't know what we'll watch. Someone gets stabbed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the show today. We will see you tomorrow with more of the Cynical Brit E3 Snarkathon. Good night.
Good night.